All right. So, welcome everyone back to the fourth session of the sessions of the campaign.
Are we recording?
We
right
are.
now?
We are recording right now. So no
Okay.
saying the names. You all know who I'm
So I was
talking
like, all right, let me like double check.
about.
So I said names.
Zephyr is here, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Zephyr's here.
Okay.
Okay. So, as a quick recap of the previous session, it started off with everyone making their way finally to the
Downtown.
to the Redwater ruins. Upon arriving, you would see that it was in fact a very old and abandoned set of ruins, not having been touched in seemingly many years. Upon entering the cavern and adventuring around for a moment, you would discover piles and piles of corpses, of which one had a letter, and I believe Samin, you picked it up and read it, which revealed some very strange background information that spoke of a bunch of adventurers working for some blasted king in some type of quest that he knew was almost a death sentence. So I'm sure you took that in mind, as you are.
And I got.
Oh yes, and we're getting to you.
And I got death aids.
So as everyone made their way further down, you would hear voices. Continuing on, you would actually see a group of cultists, one strangely being that of a Shadar Kai, which also stood out to you, Samin, as you know that the Shadar Kai were somewhat banished beyond the realm of the the physical realm, the physical world that you all reside in. So that was something that didn't really quite make sense to see. Upon killing him, you would see his body, or upon knocking him out, I guess y'all knocked him out. You would see his body get engulfed in a black liquid of which he was worshipping earlier, and it would transform him into a raging beast. Finally, you would put him down for good. But that wouldn't quite end the troubles, as the goo would then pierce Samin, Theobald, and Bear Arms, but would really only have an effect on Bear Arms. As you would all kind of look around the area, Seal would discover a new wand, of which I'm sure he's trying to figure out some way to use the thing, and Theobald would come across quite a strange-looking relic, of which is now implanted in him, for lack of better words. Finally, Bear Arms would begin to see very strange, disturbing visions, things that seemingly made him see a possible future, but for the time being would just disregard it, as it was quite yes.
I had a, we're supposed to be level 4,
Yes,
right?
you're supposed to be level 4.
Yes.
Oh shit!
You said it's level 5, didn't you? Or are you still
I
level
have
3?
not done any of them.
Well, you can get started on that while we're still continuing this.
Can't you read Seal's name? It's Seal Dumbass Lunster.
Anyway,
What do you expect?
Upon finishing off the Shadar Kai and finding everything, all the gold and
I rolled a 7.
all the gold and things like that, you would all head back to the wagon to discover that nothing had been touched, and you would all get back in the wagon and begin to set off on the long trip back to the Kingdom of Pathstone. And that
Is your hit die a D8, Seal?
Yeah.
But that is where we will resume the adventure. So right now, I believe where we last left off, Bear Arms, you were currently driving the wagon, and I'm assuming either Theobald or Samin were close to the front, with everyone else in the back being followed by the table.
Yeah.
Don't forget that table. That table's still there.
So when are we gonna find a ladder and a chair so we can have a mobile TLC match?
So, is anyone doing anything while the travel is commencing back to the kingdom?
Yeah, Cameron, I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm driving this damn cart.
Is anyone else doing anything while the the wagon is beginning to make its way back to the kingdom?
I mean, I'll be on the lookout.
All right, so you're gonna be on the lookout. Seal
Doing my
is in
thing.
a state of comatose as his body's leveling up.
Yep.
Um,
I'm sleepy.
You're sleeping? All right.
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
Well, wait, no. I think Samin would be sleeping too, because she almost
That's
died.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Samine
Whenever we're
did
immediately
take
leaving, I'm just
significant
straight. She's just straight sleeping.
Okay, so Samine and Theobald are just napping in the back. Seal's in a coma. Zephyr, are you doing anything? You thinking about anything in particular? Just chilling out in the back? What are you doing, buddy?
I'm just messing with my loot, tuning it.
All right.
Hey, Bod, why don't you play us a traveling tune?
Well, for one, my loot's not tuned.
Ah, tomato.
Use your voice. Best instrument you got.
You're
There's a
asleep.
reason I play instruments and don't sing.
I'm sleepy. I'm not asleep.
Ah, okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna assume the wagon is continuing its way back to the kingdom.
Yes.
One thing, Bear Arms, is you notice that as you are continuing to drive the wagon forward, as you know the days pass, you manage to stay up for quite a while. But you do notice that as you begin to feel more fatigued, more sleepy, like you need to pass the wagon on to someone else, you feel like you can hear just these whispers in the back of your mind occasionally. Nothing constant, and really nothing that you can make out super well. But occasionally you do hear just a voice, a very hard to make out voice in the background, in the back of your mind, just speaking to you. But it's very hard to make out.
Must be one of the ones I still have. I'll ignore it. Ain't nothing important.
Alright, so at any point...
Alright. Which one of you can drive carts? Which one of yous?
Samine will slowly blink awake. Having slept for most of the day, she goes, I can drive. I've been sleeping otherwise.
Alright, good luck. Good night. And I pass the fuck out and like, hand off the reins, switch
Steel's
to the
gonna
back,
pop
bam.
up, and also jump in the front, but not grab the reins in any means whatsoever.
You're just gonna take a seat next to Samine?
Looking at the stars.
Okay. As you're
Alright then,
looking up
buddy.
at the stars, you actually see it's an extremely open sky. There's no clouds in sight, and all the stars are completely in sight. They're all shining extremely bright, and the moon is extremely bright as well, actually illuminating the path almost perfectly, as you're so far from the kingdom at the moment that there's really no type of torchlight or anything really to illuminate and pollute the night sky.
Fucking bullshit.
Samine just kind of chuckles, glances over, and continues driving the cart.
Sorry, I had to shut my door. So, Samine, as you're continuing on the travel, you can't quite shake off the feeling, just the memory of that Shadar Kai and how he didn't quite stand out, or he didn't quite really fit in with everything going on. It really didn't make sense for him to be there. I don't know if there's anything you'd want to do regarding the Raven Queen, any type of communication you can make with her. Because, well, she can't really, she can't actually communicate. She can communicate in a way of images and emotions and things of the such.
I'll call my Raven down, and knowing that the Raven is connection back to the Raven Queen, I'll just kind of glance at it and just speak into its mind, just saying, if you know anything about this, please tell me if you can.
Can you make a...
And then that's about it.
It's not particularly a religion, but it still kind of works for the time being. Can you make me a religion check?
Sure. First roll of the night. Let's fucking go. Make sure this is actually stable.
Crit miss.
Not a crit miss, but not great. That's a 7.
A 7? So, as you speak into the mind of the Raven, and you wait for a reply, a long moment passes, and nothing really happens. You do get a single picture, a type of mental image appears in your mind after that long moment, but it's very vague, and you really don't know what it could have to do with anything. You see a small village burning just to the ground. There's almost you don't see any living creatures, no wildlife, no humanoids, just a village of stone and wood just burning to the ground. And after another moment, the mental image actually disappears from your mind.
Thank you. Past that, she'll continue to just keep watch.
Okay.
Raven now on her shoulder, driving the cart.
The Raven's driving the cart?
Oi, Raven can drive. You'd be surprised what they
What
do around
fucking
here.
world are we living in?
We're living in D&D.
A world of amusement and amazement.
So, lastly, before you all finish your trip back to the actual kingdom, Bear Arms, one final thing. As you lay down
I'm asleep.
and begin to drift off to sleep, you have a very, very vivid dream. The dream starts off with you walking seemingly aimlessly in a forest, and you can't really quite tell how you got there or why you were there in the first place, but as you look around, you can actually see that you actually are near your old home. You're actually near your home within the actual forest of Darkwell, near Grimsby, and in between that town as well as Ferrith. You hear in the background, somewhere in the distance, just these cries and screams of people, of women and children. And they're constant, and you recognize the screams. You hear them screaming your name and the name of Gabriel. You hear them scream, just, "Curse you, Gabriel! Curse you, Bear Arms! May you burn! Burn in the great beyond!" And you recognize it. You could never forget these sounds. You know they are the voices that you heard on that one cursed night deep in your past. But it's different. Instead of the almost remorse that you felt at the time, instead of the regret, you feel a sense of pride, of happiness, of content with the actions that you just completed, or the actions that you had just done. And as you continue down into the forest, making your way deeper and deeper in, you begin to feel something just tugging at your feet, something as if something's reaching from the ground and grabbing on your ankles. As you look down to see what it is, you see just these pitch black, goopy, slimy hands reaching from the ground, grabbing onto your ankles, onto your legs, piercing into your skin with almost claw-like fingertips, trying to pull you into the dirt. And I need you to make either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, good. I'm good at one of those things, and I'll let you take a guess. I got a 7.
A 7, okay. So as you try to continue on, as you try to break from their grasp, just using your sheer strength to just rip your legs out from their grasp, you find it's not enough as they begin to pull you farther and farther in till your knees are submerged into the dirt. They continue to pull your waist down, your chest, as they grab onto your shoulders, wrapping their hands around your mouth and your face, just pulling you into the dirt. And as you get pulled, finally submerged completely into the dirt, all you see is darkness. You hear nothing. And finally, you hear that same voice begin to speak again. And it says in a raspy, scratchy voice, just, "Out of everyone I could have chosen, you're the best choice." And then finally, you would snap awake in a cold sweat, and you would actually see the wagon pulling back into the kingdom, going back into the walls. It's actually bright outside. It's about, at this point, breaking noon. The sun's high in the air as the wagon begins to pull its way back into the kingdom.
Trouble sleeping?
The fuck was that? This. There's something quite wrong going on here.
It's the kingdom, town.
Thank you, Theo. Thank you.
No problem.
Theobald, you and I, we need to have a chat.
Like right now, or
No, away from the rest of the party.
I
Something
see.
that happened quite a while ago.
That day.
Aye.
So as the wagon
Alright.
pulls into the... Sorry, I didn't know if you were done yet.
I mean, yeah, I was just
Okay.
gonna say, just tell me when.
Alright. So as the wagon pulls into the kingdom, you all go back to the barracks of which y'all borrowed it from. Whenever you would bring it back to the actual barracks and return it in one solid piece, the guard who had actually let you through the first time, Salakar, he looks back at everyone and just gives a silent nod and a quick thank you to all of you for returning the wagon in good peace and good condition, not bringing it back in broken pieces or even not bringing it back at all.
Hey,
Seal, you never know.
hey, did we ever get that lady's name?
Um,
No?
Oh,
Whoops.
let me check my Google Doc.
I'll say I wasn't there, so I didn't write it down.
I don't write things down.
She
We
did
know.
say the name. Let me pull it up. She said her name was,
Check relationship.
Greg.
let's see here.
But the first thing I'm doing, I'm gonna go see Boulder.
Eleanor de Bobek.
Yeah, that's it.
Also-
That's her name.
De Bobek.
Eleanor de Booby, gotcha.
So actually, as you were making your way out, the soldier would actually stop you, Bear Arms, placing a hand on your shoulder and say, sorry to interrupt you, but, there has been a disturbance while you were gone. The king has requested all the adventurers to return to the castle for just a moment, so that he may speak to you all.
The entire party, is it just...
Just all of
Those
you.
who-
He's calling that of all the adventurers to show up.
Aye. Alright. Let's go. Gotta go see this damn fucking king.
Garth did look mighty angry last night. Maybe this is what to do about it.
Don't the stars look angry every night?
No.
Old man.
Yeah.
What do the stars say about my love life?
Dark.
Okay. As the I'm gonna assume that everyone is going straight to the castle, not gonna veer off in any way.
Seal says absolutely nothing else besides dark, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Nope. I'm heading to the castle.
Okay. As you all arrive to the castle, the guards, they all recognize you. They let you back in, and you continue back down the long corridor, just as you had the very first time you had entered the castle. When you get to the larger double doors that actually goes into the throne room and they open, you see the same other adventures that you had seen before. You know, you see the other Goliath from before. You see the half-elf, the Drow, and the Dragonborn. One strange thing, however, is the other half-elf, the last party that y'all had seen before, the human, the half-elf, and the two gnomes, you don't see the whole party there. In fact, you only see the two gnomes. The human and the half-elf are absent. On...
Well,
Go.
well, you better have the gnomes.
The gnomes kind of look at each other, and then one of them looks up at you and says, we don't know. One of them, they just went missing. They heard a strange noise, and they went to go investigate, and they never showed up. And then the other, they said they would go and find them, but that was two days ago, and we haven't heard anything from them. In fact, we haven't been able to find them at all anywhere.
So you just left them?
They told us to stay here. We're not fighters like them. They were more attuned towards combat, and they told us to stand back and just wait. And if they never showed up to go and find them, but we couldn't. We did everything. We even casted our spells to look for the clothing or items they had on them, but the spells just wouldn't work. It's like they
Well-
just disappeared.
You should have stayed with as a whole group. You should have went to investigate that noise.
They don't really say anything after that. They just kind of look at each other and then just look down at the floor, and turn back to face the king, who is currently on his
Aye.
throne.
I see how it is.
I'll look over Gabriel's party and see how they're doing. If I can see any
So
battle damage or anything.
make a perception check.
Ooh, alright. Here we go. Perception. It's gonna be 18.
18. Okay. So as you look at his party, as you look at the Dragonborn, the half-elf, and the Drow, and also Goliath, Gabriel, you see that it looks like they have been actually put through the ringer a little bit. Gabriel has large scratch marks across his armor and actually some type of dark purple, black, dried liquid on him. It looks like some type of blood, maybe. As for the Drow, you see the black robes he wore are pretty tattered. You see the cloak, the hood that he would wear over his head is pretty cut up. And it looks like he had been through some trouble as well. As for the half-elf, you actually see a large gash across her left arm. And it looks like it's healed over at this point, but it looks like there was almost a scar, a large gash left across it from some type of battle. And for the Dragonborn, his armor is similar to the state of Gabriel's. You see just large slashes across it, as well as a dark purple and black liquid dried up on it.
Okay. It's only they're fighting the fun stuff.
As everyone pours into the throne room, the king looks at everyone and just, he looks at you and says, yes, welcome back, everyone, welcome back. I'm happy to see you all, but, I have some unfortunate news, regarding the situation. And also some news regarding, the party here. He says and points at Gabriel's group and everyone else. He says, so let's keep things organized. So, approximately about 4 or 5 days ago, I received word from my government officials that I have in the other cities that are connected to the kingdom. You know, Seameat and Fareth and Aenor and all that of the such. And I've received disturbing news that every single one of them have been sending reports or getting more sightings of strange anomalies that didn't fit in with things before. Things are changing. It's almost like something happened a couple of days ago, and it's just affecting everything.
I look over to the party, kind of give him a little side eye, and look back at the king.
He notices you do that, and he looks over at you five, and says, "Well, now that I think of it, you five have been missing for quite some time. My guards have not seen you anywhere. What happened? Where have you been?"
Went
We
shopping.
went- No, we did that before we left. But we've been out to a ruin,
A ruin.
about 4 or 5 days away from the city proper.
A ruin.
Field trip.
Oh, Redwater. Yes, Redwater ruins. What
Yes.
were you
Yes.
What were you doing all the way out there? That's quite a travel from here.
Field trip. Teaching about stars.
Yeah, he taught us about stars, a lot of stars.
Right.
Still have a headache, and stars is a trigger word for me now. But
And I have some darkness in my life.
we already knew that. Let me get to my fucking point. We got some information from a citizen of your fair kingdom that something odd was happening over there.
Odd? Well, what do you mean by odd? What could be going on over there? That place has been abandoned for years now.
Oh, it wasn't abandoned when we got there. Warlock fellow, Zamin.
Hi.
What was that thing that you were very concerned over that was there?
She kind of takes a moment, kind of glancing at the other people here other than the king, and just kind of goes, we met with a Shadar Kai, a follower of the Raven Queen. I say met with, it's more of fought.
And
I
it
guess.
murdered. And it met its god real quick. But not due to
Yes.
our actions, actually.
Once we defeated it, there was a strange black liquid, I believe, that came out of a cauldron and covered its body, transforming it into something monstrous.
The moment you mention even the Shadar Kai, the king was more leaned back in his chair trying to recall his words, but at the mention of that Shadar Kai, he snaps forward, leaning forward intensely as he looks at you straight on and says, wait, a Shadar Kai, did I hear you correctly?
She will stare back, straight face, just like, not intimidating per se, but like, pretty close.
I didn't stutter.
Yeah.
he at that he just looks down and places his one of his hands on his forehead and rubs his temple and just sighs and just, oh no, it's him. Okay.
Him.
Yes, it's okay. Let me explain. There was a Shadar Kai. He was spotted actually back when these rebellions were starting. He was actually almost at every single rebellion, almost every single uprising that happened. He was there. We believed him to be one of the one of the upper nobles or rankings at least of the rebellion, maybe one of the commanders. And you say you found him in the ruins?
Aye.
He was a prick.
And he put quite a
He is.
up quite a fight.
Right. And as for that liquid, you say it transformed him. Made him a
I
monster.
call it the Grindy Goop.
Yes, this Grindy Goop, it changed him.
And once we defeated him, 3 of us were attacked by the liquid once it pooled off of him.
Like
I can't
bitches.
say that there's been any effects of it so far, but I fear the worst if something has happened that we don't know yet.
Right.
I don't say a word because witch hunt is not fun.
He just nods his head and goes, "Right. Well, at least you took care of him. As for that liquid, is there any of it still at the ruins? Anything that maybe I could send out a field search to that I can collect for research?"
Was there any?
There actually, yes.
Yeah, there was it pulled off of him and was just laying on
Not
the
just
floor.
that. Samine pulls out a small flask that she previously filled with the liquid and goes,
I
I
should have done that.
collected some of it for research purposes. If you need it to research, I'll gladly give it to you.
He nods his head and just goes, yes, here, my advisor that you spoke to before, hand it over to him. And as you actually look over to his side, the human and the Rose, his prime advisor, is standing next to him, just like he always is, and he just reaches out to take the liquid.
Can I really quickly insight check him again? Because I'm still thinking he's shifty.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's go insight. Let's do this.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm gonna
Oh
do
my
that.
fucking god,
Alright,
dude.
Don't ask the old guy anything because I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
The
That
old, the old guy also rolled a 23 on a random wisdom check.
a 5.
That's a 5. Theobald, you said you want to roll one as well?
Damn it. You're muted, by the way, Theo.
Let me check. What's up?
I said you wanted to check. You
wanna-
wanted to roll as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, roll
I'm just
an insight
checking.
check.
Insight. I'm trying to find that on my skill thing.
So
Okay.
let's see.
So it's just plus 0 for me, so it's just a D20,
Yeah,
right?
yes, roll a d20,
Yeah.
whatever you get.
12.
12. So Sameen,
Much
as
better than
you
mine.
try to look at him and just see if he really is trustworthy, because he gives you just an uneasy feeling. You really can't make much out of him, especially with the fact that he's just kind of standing there, not saying anything, not moving at all, just waiting to take the liquid from you. At the current time, you really don't have a reason to distrust him completely. As for
Grabbed
Theobald,
another vial, I kind of mutter and just hand it over.
he takes it, and as for Theobald, you can't quite make out what it is, But as you look at him, you do definitely get just this uneasy feeling from the man. You feel like he does have a true loyalty to the king, that he is truly trying to help the king, and he really is a royal advisor. But as for maybe how he cares for you or any of the other party members of any of the parties, you just get this very vague sense that you are the complete last thing on his mind.
Gotcha.
He just takes the liquid and just he looks at the king and then nods his head and walks off, heading into a different room to begin working on his whatever he has to do. As for the king, he nods his head and says, "Right, well, so
You may want to send some clerics over there.
right to
Some
maybe cleanse the place of any
cleanse, and then even though they may be our enemies and they may not be a part of this kingdom no more, give the bodies a proper burial.
Right, I'm sure that at least might help with anything else regarding the undead. Maybe that'll at least put their souls at rest."
Aye.
Well, regardless, that covers that. As for the others, as I was mentioning of the other cities, the other 3 cities of the kingdom, Seameat, Ferrith, and Aenor, they all are just giving me troubling information about just strange things going on. Each unique occurrences happening in each city. For all I know, they could be connected to just everything going on right now, but they are quite some distance, so if you can ever confirm anything is happening there can be connected here, then please, I request your aid to those cities as well.
We can go to Ferrith if you must. I have some connections there that might help.
Ferrith. Ah, yes, that's right, you are from Ferrith. I heard about that from the mayor there. He put in a word for you.
Why?
It's a way away. Is quite a way away, isn't it? Though.
Yes, all of the cities are quite spread thin from the actual kingdom here. We've been trying to create more roads, more type of faster transportation to get there. The quickest I could recommend to get to any of these places is maybe an airship, but the airship won't have really anywhere to land in Aenor or Ferrith. It would really only be able to land you in Seameat, and even then, I can't cover really any pricing for you on that. It's an independent business, separate from my actual reach. It brings in too much income. I can't cut down the prices for that. I'm sorry.
Well, then, doesn't seem like you're very interested in our help in Ferris, then.
Well, Ferrith, it wouldn't, like I said, you wouldn't be able to land an airship there anyway. It's too much. It's too small of a village. There's no proper way for the airships to land there. The environment it's not fit for it. But that's something that you can look up to on your own time.
We'll figure it out.
The last thing I wanted to bring up is the other party here of Gabriel, Cage, Grimgon, and Iodak. They also ran into some type of troubling news, almost similar to what you're talking about, Colgrag and your companions. You there, Gabriel. Would you like to bring out the body and tell them of what happened? At that, the Goliath will nod his head, and he actually walks over to a curtain that was closed. And whenever he pulls the curtain aside, you see just this mangled body. It's this horrifying creature. It looks like a weird conglomerate of 2 entirely different beings that were forced together in some type of unholy way to make a whole new creature.
So it's a chimera?
Yes, it's
Okay.
but it looks like it's only made of 2 beings, just both humanoid figures.
Oh.
And whenever everyone turns to look at it, you actually hear one of the gnomes just, no, that can't be it. And he actually drops to his knees.
I lean over to their arms. Well, I guess we found their party members.
Oh, I guess luckily they didn't go with them.
And yes, actually, when you look closer, you actually see it is a human and a type of elf actually combined. You see one of the ears of the creatures is long and pointed, while the others is like that of a normal humans.
I lean over the seal and go. I don't think he's
I'm back.
He's back
Seal's
yet.
back.
Oh, I lean over the seal and go. Well, that's a funny way to make a half elf.
Oh god. Sorry. So anyway, as you look at that, Gabriel looks at the rest of you and says, "Alright, now listen here. We were just adventuring. We heard strange noises coming from the sewers, from the dark beneath the city. And we went to check, and this monstrosity was down there. It was in front of some strange, like you just called it, some black goo. We managed to take it out, but it put up quite a damn fight."
Wait. You're saying that this thing was in the city?
Yes, it was in the sewers, beneath the lower district, beneath where the lower class are. It was beneath all of them.
So, there's this black goo in the city.
Right.
The soliloquy solution.
That's a big fucking word for you, Seal.
Thanks.
But
All right.
as he looks at it, you see Cage, the dark elf. He walks over to the body, twirling a dagger in his hands, and goes, "Yeah, but it didn't really put up a fight, now did it?" And then he just stabs his dagger into it. And whenever he does, you actually see one of the gnomes just take a sharp breath as he covers his eyes, not wanting to watch.
I look over their party and look at them. So, did the goo itself attack you?
The half elf, the small woman, walks forward and says, "No. Well, actually, yes. In a way, it tried to latch out at us and attack, and actually, it landed on Gabriel there, but it didn't. It tried to it latched onto me as well, but nothing's happened so far. And I've asked Gabriel if he's all right, but he insists that he's fine."
No, Gabriel won't tell you a single word.
At that, Gabriel's kind of
Right.
looks at you with a piercing eye, but doesn't say anything.
I feel as if you might not either.
Oi, don't you say a word to me about this. Me and Theobald are gonna have a chat about what's happening.
So,
And
sorry.
I'll go in the rest of the group in, but this is a chat me and Theobald must have. Especially if Gabriel over there is also affected by what's going on.
Gabriel shakes his head and ignores you, turning to look back at the body, pulling the dark elf's dagger out and just pushing the dull end against him, just very roughly. To which the dark elf just kind of looks at him with a pissed off look, but takes the dagger back. So as this is happening, the king just looks at all of you and says, "That's an unfortunate thing. I was not aware that was your party members. I'm sorry. I know you all came here together. But this just further emphasizes that this is getting out of hand. We need to do something about this. It was bad in the city before. In the kingdom, there was rebellions and riots, but it wasn't this bad. There was no monsters like this just in my kingdom."
Hey. We will get it taken care of. We will get it figured out. Right now, in the time to panic, keep your damn fucking pants on, and we'll figure it out. We do not want this to turn into another Wolfbine situation.
He just nods his head and goes, "No, neither do I. I'm aware of everything that happened over there. I would rather not have that happen here.
Why would I?
But this is everything I wanted you to know, everything I wanted you to be aware of. With this, you're all free to leave and get back to what you were doing. If you have any questions, my advisor here, He's always here in the kingdom, and you have access to the kingdom, just not the throne room, but I'm sure you can find him anywhere in the kingdom, or in the castle itself. If you ever need anything, he can answer questions.
I want to go talk to the gnomes.
The gnomes? Okay.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. Yeah, when you go over, one of them is still on his knees, just his face in his hands, just breathing very, what's the word? Choppily, very just jaggedly. And the other one is just staying behind him, a hand on his shoulder, just rubbing his back, just trying to comfort him as they just look on at the mangled corpse of their old friends.
Crouch down or get on one knee and whatever. All right. So you said one heard a noise and the other one went to go find him.
The gnome who doesn't have his face in his hands, the one who hadn't spoken yet, looks up at you and nods and says, "Yes, our friend there, Jacob, the man, the human, he left to go investigate, and then the half-elf, he went to go find him because he'd been taken a while, and he told us to stay there. He insisted that he would be all right, but I guess he was wrong."
Did he have either of them seen anything strange, any visions, any memories that were a little different?
He just shakes his head and goes, "No, they were completely fine. This only happened about maybe 2 days after us getting into the kingdom, and we hadn't even done any adventuring yet. We were just getting ready. We were getting our gear and getting all of our potions and just making sure we were stocked and ready to go. And it was probably around maybe a little bit after midnight when the sound started, and they went to investigate."
Where were you when you heard these sounds?
We were in a tavern, an inn down in the lower area of the kingdom. It was called let me pull that up here.
They have a big pit in the middle of it?
No, it was called the Sleeping Tabaxi.
Ah.
It's a small inn, a small tavern down in the lower area of the kingdom. We were there just getting one final night before we would start our adventuring, and it all went so wrong.
Do you remember what the sound sounded like?
It sounded, it's like just talking, like it's just two or three people talking to each other, but they were saying things like, oh gosh, it's so hard to remember. I'm sorry. I think they mentioned.
Take your time.
They mentioned some type of city, some other city in the kingdom. It's hard for me to remember. I'm not from this kingdom. I think the king said it. I think that he mentioned Farith. And
Farith.
Yes, Farith. He mentioned Farith, and he mentioned some other name too. Oh gods, what was his name?
Shit.
I'm sorry, I can't remember. They just mentioned some man in Farith. That's all I can remember.
It's fine. Did one of these voices, were they like raspy, almost hard to understand a little bit?
No, they sounded like normal people. I almost mistook it for just some random banter going on, but I think Jacob, he heard something strange, something that didn't sound right, and that's why he went to go check it out. It's
all right.
And he's trying to think, as he's trying to think of something else to say, the other gnome just slowly or very silently says, almost inaudible completely, except for Samin, your high passive perception. You're able to make out one word that the gnome says, and you hear him say, "Clan brew." He said clan brew.
Shit.
And other than that, the gnome just puts his face back in his hands.
We're going there now.
We're sorry for your loss. What was that, Samin?
We're going there now.
Did you drop did you drop your sword or something?
So that's my pen.
Going where?
Where the sleeping tabaxi.
Alright. Well, first I have to go see Baldur.
I don't like cats. That's not Seal's voice. Seal, I don't like
Sand.
cats.
I hate sand.
It's coarse and gritty and it gets everywhere.
Everywhere. But, alright. Well, how about we head over to Baldur's, we get what's waiting for us there, and then we head right over to the sleeping Tabasco. Tabasco.
Tabasco.
Yeah, tobacco. Oh, give me some of that wacky tobacco. Woo! Oh, have a good time. Yeah.
Hey there, partner. That new shipment of Copenhagen, man.
Well, howdy, partner. My name's Victor. I'm the one who pulled you out of that their grave over there after they shot you in
God
your
damn
head.
it! No, we're moving
It's
on
nice
from
to see
this.
that-
Okay, so is
We're not
everyone?
playing Fallout.
Is everyone?
This is no funny
Is
bit.
anyone else
By
doing?
the way, it's all New Vegas.
Is anyone doing anything else before you all begin to leave the castle? At this point, by the way, the other four party members, the Gabriel and his group, you actually see them just turn and begin to make their way out of the castle. So if anyone wanted to say anything to them, now is the chance before they leave.
To
Sabine
who?
has nothing to say.
To Gabriel
unless she just
and his
glare
party.
at the.
to the person you hate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay away from him.
Sabine says nothing to say except she does glare at the drow. Or half drow? Drow?
He's just a drow. He's a full-blooded drow, from what you
Okay.
can tell. When you do that, he just kind of gives you a smirk and just twirls the blade in his fingers and then sheathes it and just continues to walk.
All right, so.
Good question. The gnome said the sewers under the.
Yeah, he
sleeping
said
tabaxi, right?
he said that the voices could be heard from the sewers nearby underneath the sleeping tabaxi. Presumably that they could just hear the voices coming from the manhole.
Okay.
All right. So
Fine. I'll let you go. We'll go to. Fuck. What was his name?
Baldur?
Baldur.
We'll go to Baldur's, then we'll go straight to the sleeping tabaxi.
Sounds like a plan to me.
all right.
And Blues could do. We can too.
So all right. So everyone's going to head down to the armory, the blacksmith, where Baldur
I say,
is.
while we're going there, Bare Arms and I are walking a few paces ahead of everyone, just out of earshot.
Okay.
All right.
So what's going on?
Quick
In
question.
that
Are they within
case-
earshot of Samine? I know they said they were without of earshot.
I
of
can
Samine.
guarantee we're in earshot of Samine.
Yeah, more than
Because
likely.
Samine could probably hear us if we were across the town.
More than likely,
With the
Samine,
passive
you're.
perception of 18.
19
And
now.
it doesn't matter.
I have a passive perception of 18.
Oh, that means both
19 now.
Seal and Samine can hear it.
No,
Well,
it
that's
also
if
doesn't
they,
matter.
That's if they. By the way, this is if they choose to just be listening into the things around them.
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter because if we're walking ahead of Samine, she's just gonna have her stupid imp follow us.
No.
The invisible imp. All right, let's get this show on the road.
All right.
All right. Well, back in that chamber where we fought the thing, Shadar Kai or whatever it's called, I really don't care. The goo, it did something.
Hmm.
I'm seeing the past again. When I was sleeping on the cot, I could hear the night. That night. And I say that night because I'm looking. The night of slaughter.
What about that night?
I was hearing it from the woods where I used to live. Hearing the screams and the cries for help that haunted me. It's haunted me these long years. But I was different. It was not
How?
me who was there. At least to me, that was there.
Then who was there?
I don't know, but something's messing with my memories. Something's messing with my mind.
You have any other sort of visions?
I did. Actually, probably a couple minutes after it attacked me. I was in a field surrounded by dead bodies covered in blood.
What did they look like?
I couldn't tell, but I was not me. I was not in my own body. I was seeing it through someone else's eyes, someone else's perspective, and there was this voice, and I just couldn't. I didn't recognize it. I can't quite remember what it said, but it seems pleased that it got me, of all people.
Do I need to keep an eye on you?
I don't think I need to be kept an eye on, but
Well, you
I
got
think-
one on.
you've been keeping an eye on my ass since the day I stepped in front of everyone. Since me and that slaughtering bastard Gabriel revealed ourselves to the whole group.
Simeon makes a note to keep an eye
On
on
bear
bear
arms.
arms.
Well, see, I was gonna say the part about being infected later to the group, just not the stuff about the stuff that happened in the past.
Ah,
But so that you can keep a note of now.
Seal is confused.
Seal
forgets it immediately, probably.
Seal has no fucking.
No,
clue
it's
what I'm
not that
talking
dumb.
about. But just I should be fine. But if I ever start acting weird, or if I am off kilter in any way, just make sure the party stays alive.
You could have asked me anything else. We both know that keeping people alive isn't the specialty we take part in.
no, what killing people are.
All right. Anything else you think I should know?
I can almost guarantee that Gabriel's in the same shape I am. He was always the cocky, confident one, but always the weakest of will out of the two of us. That's why he was in charge most of the time. He did whatever that bastard king told him to do.
All right. We're almost at Baldur's. Let's
May
go.
I just say, this
Alright.
music was extremely fitting for the situation.
I don't know how this is the boss fight. The boss fight somehow the crescendos of the music hit on time every time last
we're
week.
getting pretty lucky with this music choice. I'm loving it. All right. So, after all the time passes, you finally begin to make your way up back towards Boulder's home, back where where he crafts everything and where he lives. And whenever you get there, you actually see him in the same place as last time. You see him out on the forge, hammering away at a sword. Nothing that any of y'all ordered. But he turns to look at you all and says, "Oh, it's glad to see you back. The city has been in quite a strange condition going right now.
We've heard.
But I'm sure you are all happy to know that your purchases are complete. I finished them."
Yes.
And so as he reaches back,
I forgot how much gold I owe him.
I believe. Oh God, I didn't write it down. I thought I did.
Hey, let me check.
This is some fucking intense tax doing music.
Here, give me a second. I can find it.
I think it might have been
Okay.
75 gold.
I
already
believe
paid
it
him.
was okay. I believe it was around there. So as he's finding that, so he
Well,
pulls
here,
out
wait,
your sword.
look, give me a second. Let me. I can find it probably.
Well, anyway, I'm still going to describe your sword. So I believe what you had wanted was you wanted a sword made from your banner and old broken sword, correct?
Well, not the banner,
broken
but
hilt.
just the sword hilt.
Okay.
And then I wanted a little bit of editing to the crest that was on it, as in it was just crossed out.
Right. So as he pulls out the sword, you see it's actually very extremely unique looking. It's actually directly down the blade, completely in half. It actually looks like it's made of two different types of materials. One of which being I'm doing it. One of which
thank you,
being
Cameron.
I'm being nice. You'll need it. One of which being one half is actually a shining silver, while the other looks like that of just a normal steel. And going as for the markings that you had requested, you see no longer the old marking that was that of the Wolfpine army. Instead, you see a bear print going. You see as if a bear claw had scratched down it, leaving lines connecting to where the actual bear claw itself is. And in the bear's paw, it's actually closed, holding that of a blade, and you see a single drop of blood going down from the paw itself.
Why? Now this is a little more than I asked for, Baldur.
He just nods his head and goes, "Well, you did get me out of a sticky situation, and with everything going on right now, I think it would do you some good to have a unique weapon like this, especially with everything going on in the other cities."
Why, thank you, Baldur.
Of course.
I hand him his gold. I take the sword, balance it a little bit, feel the weight, give it a couple swings, and then just effortlessly and deftly slide it right to the sheet, right into a sheet.
As for the stat blocks, we will get that to you later.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but go ahead and let's take like a 15-minute break. I gotta do something really quick, and then we will resume whenever we're all back. Okay?
Sweet. I have to get water because this voice is killing my throat.
Yeah. So take like 15 minutes, then we'll resume.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. Anyway, no, I had to say that though I knew what to cut out, because I'm assuming you were talking the whole time. Anyway, so yes, he hands you your sword, Bare Arms, and then he turns to look at Seal and says, "Right," and I believe you had also requested a boomerang as well, correct? Right, here. He then turns and reaches beneath the shelf, pulling out a boomerang. And you see I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot what you had wanted. Was it just a normal
Metal boomerang.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure before I said something wrong, got called out
Fucking
on
do
it.
whatever you want to it.
So, he
Surprise
pulled
me.
out a solid, it looks like a completely solid steel boomerang. And it's you can tell it's handmade. It's completely polished. There's not a scratch on it. And as you actually look on it, you see different types of stars on it. Actually, like star engravings
Sweet.
on the boomerang. But you say that, but what makes you a little probably bit upset is, and whenever you look at the engravings on it, there are actually several different constellations that you do not believe in.
Fuck! Yes!
And
He appreciates the gesture.
he goes, I did not know what exactly to put on it, but you, like I said, you all had gotten me out of a bad situation, so I at least wanted to spruce it up a little bit. I have never truly seen a solid steel boomerang, and neither have I made a solid steel boomerang, so I'm not quite sure how the weapon will work, but I trust you will figure something out.
Yeah.
And with that, he hands it over to you. And for that, like just with Bare Arms, we will get you a stat block for that later, so that way you have 3 fucking boomerangs.
Hey, Boulder.
He turns and goes, aye, what can I help you with?
I have some chainmail. I wonder if you would like to take it off my hands.
Chainmail, huh? Odd.
Yeah.
Set it down on the counter here. Let me take a look at
Alright.
it.
I set it down.
All right.
I don't know, something about it made me want to buy it a couple days ago, but now I just can't stand the sight of it.
So he just kind of looks it over a little bit and goes, it's in very excellent condition. Did you not even use it once?
No, I haven't.
I see it.
I don't really wear much armor.
Oh, I see it. Well, this is
Theobald
almost
slowly rubs his chest and goes, see, I don't need armor.
this is almost completely spotless. I can get you a good price for this. How about 113 gold sound?
My God, yeah, that's best.
Right. Here you go. And he says, pulling out a sack of coins, he counts it really quickly and then nods his head and sets it down on the counter for you before taking the chainmail and moving it out of the way, setting it down on the floor very carefully. He looks.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Is there anything else I can help anyone else out with while you're here?
I would also like to sell some armor. I have some scale mail here
Scale mail.
that I would like to relieve myself of.
Right. Same thing as before. Just put it down on the counter. Let me inspect it.
I'm going to put the scale mail down for him.
All right. He looks at it for a moment, inspects it, and goes, "There's some wear and tear on this, but I can tell you hadn't used it. It definitely seems pretty brand new. It's not as expensive as chainmail. I can only offer you about 70 gold."
That is more than okay with me.
All right. And just like before, he pulls out a smaller sack this time, reaches in, pulls out some of the coins, puts the coins on the counter, and then he takes the scale mail away, placing it down carefully.
Thank you very much, sir.
Of course. Is there anything else I can do for anyone else here?
Did you have any studded leather armor?
Studded leather.
My leather armor seems to have gotten a bit clawed up.
All right. Oh, that's a nasty scratch you got there.
2 scratches, actually.
Yes. He looks around for him and goes, I might have some studded leather. Let me take a look at my inventory. If I have any, it might not be in the best condition. I have not really made any studded leather. Any studded leather I have is probably actually bought off of a different adventurer. But let me see what I can find.
Hi.
He looks around for a moment. He goes actually to a bunch of shelves where you see just armor, like just piles of armor hanging from the ceiling. He looks at it all. After shoveling some around, you actually do see some studded leather covered just in dust and cobwebs. It hasn't been used in a while. You see some scratches, but for the most part, it seems like it's in fairly good condition. He goes and sets it down on the table and says, "Here you go. That would be about 40 gold pieces."
Fine by me.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. You get some studded leather.
Quite soon.
All right.
I said what it was. The 45.
40.
40.
All right. Is anyone else gonna get? Oh my God! Is anyone else going to get anything from Baldur while you're there? All right. So with that, I'm assuming y'all walk out. Y'all say your goodbyes, your thanks to Baldur for all the service that he's offering you all, and then you leave his residence and begin to make your way down to the Sleeping Tabaxi.
Yep. Samin's leading the charge, kind of not booking it, but walking pretty fast.
Okay.
Speed walking.
Speed walking. Power walking.
Okay. So as you
Warlocking her way.
Christopher
through the
Walken.
Christopher Walken
Christopher
here.
Walken.
So as you all begin to make your way down there, it doesn't take too long to find it. Whenever you actually get into the lower parts of the residences where the more lower class live, it doesn't take you long to find the Sleeping Tabaxi, as there's really not a whole lot of like stores or taverns or anything in this area of the city. It looks like it's mainly just homes and slums, and just smaller like tents between houses and alleyways. So the tavern definitely stands out as one of the more larger buildings in the area.
I
They
head
mentioned
inside.
a sewer, a manhole, so I'm gonna look for that manhole.
Make a perception check.
That's a good thing I'm good at.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
That is a 19.
19?
I'm gonna head inside.
26.
26? Okay, so we will get to you, Bear Arms, in just a moment. So as Seal and Samin are looking around, it doesn't take long as you both inspect the floors, and you finally find a very large manhole, very crudely made, not actually that far away from the actual tavern itself. It looks like it's really only about 5 feet away from the tavern, near one of the alleyways. And upon looking down it, you see that the hatch has actually, there's scratch marks around the edges showing that it definitely has been opened recently.
That's not good.
When you look inside, it is very dark, but for Samin, you have dark vision, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, with your dark vision, you're able to
I
see.
as well.
Okay, are you over there with them?
We're all
Yeah.
together. You know?
Okay, well,
I think
Bear
Bear Arms said
Arms
he was
went to
going
the
into the
tavern, so
tavern.
I didn't know if.
I am in the tavern.
Yeah. So, for those of you who have dark vision that are looking down the manhole, you can see it's pretty dark, but not super dark, especially since you have dark vision. It's about probably like a 15 feet climb down on a ladder, and you can hear the sounds of very, very sludgy water moving from down in the sewers. For Bear Arms, when you enter the Sleeping Tabaxi, you see it's not too busy at the moment, as it is still, it's only about, at this point, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so everyone's still out working, really the only people you see here are just like local residents or some passed out residents just sleeping at tables that kind of reek of alcohol and just no washing at all. Behind the counter is a goblin, actually, standing up on.
Oh boy, my favorite.
He looks over at you and says, welcome to the Sleeping Tabaxi. What can I help you with?
All right. I want 1 mead, and then I need to ask you some questions.
1 mead, alright. Yeah, come take a seat and ask me whatever. Let me get you your drink.
Take a seat at the bar.
So, after a moment, he just sets down a glass of mead, a large mug, and says, that'll just be 2 copper.
I give him the 2 copper like it's nothing. But one question, is he like, how tall is this goblin? He's
This
like,
goblin
what, 2
is
foot 4?
very short. He's only he's barely past 2 feet tall. He's actually, you see that the counter behind, the counter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is there the platform
Behind
the counter for him?
you see actually there's no way someone larger than him could work, because the platform actually goes up to where if he's standing on it, it's actually just enough for him to poke over the counter. Like, it's a very, very raised platform.
All right, well, I've heard from a little birdie that there's been quite some chatter coming out from behind your shack, from in front of this bar recently.
Alright, look. He leans in quickly and says, just very quiet, he's like, look, if you're going to talk about that stuff, look, I know I don't have a lot of business here at the moment, but there's still business, alright? I don't need you bringing up that shit here. If you're going to talk,
Right.
you're going to pay.
Wait. I'm here to fix it.
There's not much fixing if you ask me. Nothing's affecting my business.
Oh, but it must be affecting your business if you're keeping it hush-hush. There's something you're hiding there, isn't there?
He shakes his head and looks around and goes, for fuck's sake. Fine, what do you want to know?
I just want to know, have you seen who's been going down there? You see anyone? You hear anything, what some might call interesting? I know you goblins have quite a tendency to keep an ear out for stuff like that.
When you say that, his rather large ears kind of just twitch, and he's like, he just kind of gives you a side eye and goes, fuck. All right, fine. Just shut up. Listen, Yo, keep it brief, alright? Look, I hear things in the back every now and then, alright? I don't fucking know what it is, alright? Every time it starts, I just take a glass bottle, I go back there, and I say, shut the fuck up, and I throw it down there, and it stops. Alright? That's all that ever happens. The other day, I saw 2 people go down there. I didn't see them come out, so I didn't give a fuck what happened to them. They didn't buy any drinks, okay? They're not business. They just came in here, and then they walked out. I didn't see them again. Not my fucking problem.
I want to do an insight check.
Person heading down there.
Make an insight check, then.
Well, I ain't gonna find out shit, 'cause that's 5.
So, you can't tell really if he's holding out any info as he's talking to you, but you can tell he is being truthful for the most part. Yeah, you can tell he's very worked up about it, and you actually see some.
Is his ears kind of twitching a little bit?
They're actually completely not moving at all. He just seems pretty pissed about the noises, and like I was saying, you actually see from behind him where he actually keeps some of his glasses. You can see just empty spots where you assume glasses would be, but like he said, he will just grab glasses, pieces of just glass and bottles, and just throw them down the pit.
Alright, well, I got one last question for you.
Oh,
Actually,
what?
2.
The fucking
I'm an
questions.
asshole. I should ask. How often do they go down there? How often is it? Every night? Every fortnight? Every couple days?
The fucking, I don't know. I don't pay attention to them that much. I just see them whenever I'm out in my room up top. It's like 2 people, I think, 2 or 3, and they probably go down there. I don't know, every fucking night.
Every night?
Every fucking night. They don't shut up. That's why I go and throw shit at them.
Alright, well, thank you, my friend. Did you do?
Yeah.
I slam my mead and head back out to where the rest of my party's at.
Speaking of heading down into the sewers, Samin is immediately heading down into the sewers.
All right. Okay.
So is Seal. Seal's going first.
No, Samin's going first.
Seal
Fuck.
pushes Samin out of the way and jumps down the hole.
In my metagaming opinion, I feel like Theobald should go first.
I'm going first.
Okay, you know, let's settle
That
it
might be
this
the
way. Let's
wise
settle
thing.
it this way. All right. If since there's 3 of you all trying to go down at the same time,
What's your
no,
dexterity,
just roll
bitch?
initiative for me. Just roll initiative.
Hear me out, buddy. Wait, Seal, let's hear me out.
Hi.
I
Want to
should
be
go
able
first.
someday?
15.
Okay, 15.
Give me a moment.
10.
10.
17.
Seal does indeed manage to. So as you're looking down the hole, Samin, as you're trying to like look down there, and you see Theobald getting ready to go down, and you look up to, you know, just be like, hey, maybe we should go down there. All you hear is a dunk, 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 and you see Seal going to very quickly climb down the ladder.
I'm
Are you
just
just
imagining-
are you
I'm just
leaving the
imagining
table?
The Bloodborne
Hey.
clip now.
Old man.
Wait, we forgot about the table. Where's the
The
table?
table was just
Wait.
standing right next to the hole.
Stay.
Whenever you say that, whenever you say stay, the table, like the legs of the table, actually bend in like knees, and it just kind of falls flat onto the floor.
Hey, old man.
Oh.
Ah,
Can you see down there?
a fire suddenly pops up in front of him.
Blindly climbing down a ladder.
All right. I get on the rungs. I start sliding down too.
So does Samin. I'm just imagining now the Bloodborne clip of like the metal helmet going.
Yeah. Zephyr, I'm gonna assume you're following them down, or are you gonna wait for Bear Arms?
I'm gonna follow.
You're gonna follow? Okay. So, I'm gonna assume this was happening while Bear Arms was talking. So Bear Arms is gonna have a couple minutes till he actually shows up. So let's go back to Samin and everyone else.
Nap time.
So as you all go down into the sewers, it doesn't take long to descend down the ladder. Like I said, it's only about a 15-foot climb. So you all just descend down it pretty quickly. When you get down there, the smell is horrible, as to be expected. You are in the sewers, especially in the lower district. It smells just terrible.
Samin's pretty used to that smell.
Yeah, coming from Ferrith, and also having a bird that shits. So now, but whenever you get down there, it looks like. Actually, you know what? Seal, you're the first one down. Make me a perception check.
Hell
See if you
yeah.
notice anything.
11.
11. Okay, so as you get down there, you're able to see very, very faint disturbances and all of just the muck and grime of the sewers. You're able to make out like some types of like markings or imprints in the dirt and the grime, like maybe a footprint or two, but nothing too solid as evidence to show that people are coming down here super often.
Got it. Seal is gonna suddenly Seal is gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on himself.
Okay.
He gets a bonus to initiative for 8 hours.
All right. So the rest of the party begins to quickly send after you, minus Bare Arms. And like I said, as you all arrive, you're able to see Seal looking down at the floor, seeing the very, very vague footprints, as well as just some disturbances, like maybe like fingerprints along the walls. But it doesn't take long for the footprints to kind of be about maybe 2 or 3 steps in, and then they're just lost into the muck and grime of the sewers.
Gross. Fuck. What do we do?
All right, man, what are we looking for?
All right, team. What are we looking for?
Any sort of tracks that can lead us to where they're going.
Found them. They disappear.
Is there anything like Simeon can make out that's like different, or like any markings maybe?
Let's see here. Your passive perception is 18 or 19, right?
19.
19.
It's 19 now.
So as you're just kind of looking around, just looking around to see if you can spot anything, just with a quick glaze over the area. One thing that slightly stands out to you is it looks like a scratch along the walls, similar to like the type of scratch that you had received in your fight against the Shadar Kai. But they're not as deep into the wall. They're very, very on the surface of the wall. And it looks like they actually drag on quite a bit down the actual sewer itself and around a corner.
Okay. I'm going to have my imp shapeshift into a raven and become non-invisible, and just fly up the ladder for a moment, just to sit there waiting for Bare Arms.
I think
Pretty obvious. There's an open manhole cover and a raven just sitting
And a table.
and a table.
And a table. So I was like, oh, fuck. And I start climbing the ladder. You hear clank, 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 clank. Or ching, 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 ching. As I get down. Why the fuck did y'all not wait for me, you assholes?
Shut up.
This cannot wait.
We're finding
And
clues.
Samin will
And I went up
slowly-
there and talked to the bartender and I know they meet just about every night. It's about 2 or 3 guys.
Cool.
So that's
What time is it right now? You said it was like 3 or
It's
4
at this
o'clock?
point it would be like about 4:30 in the afternoon.
Now, what did you collect?
The scratch marks on the wall of the tunnel, similar
There's
to
a
the...
lot of sewer gunk.
Yeah. Not the first time I've been through gunk.
There's scratch marks on this wall over here that seem similar to the creature we fought the other day.
Well, do they lead anywhere?
That's what I was going to find
They're
out.
on the wall.
Thank you, Seal.
Samin will slowly
No.
start walking down the sewer towards where the claw marks lead.
I get torches because I can't see anything.
I've got a fire in my hand.
A fire in a sewer. That sounds like it'll work perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
wish you
pretty
did.
sure they're open air sewers, so the gas isn't quite trapped.
True.
And it's not like a bunch of gas really built up in a sewer like that,
Right.
like they do in real life.
Right. Anyway, what do y'all do?
Well, I already said what Samin
Okay,
was
so you're just
do.
gonna follow
Just
the
gonna start following the
you're gonna follow the
scratches.
scratches? Okay.
Seal do the same.
Alright, so everyone's just following Samin then?
Crap.
Okay. Samin, so
This time, Samin will be leading the way.
so as you
And if she does not lead the way, she will put Seal in the bag of devouring.
It's a bag of devour.
Oh, Seal wants to take that challenge.
Oh no!
All right, whoa.
Oh my God.
We're not about bag
Oh
here.
no!
Don't chill.
Hey, I want to go first.
Cameron, please
Yeah.
cut that out. What I just
What
said.
What happened?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. So okay,
Don't worry about
I'm-
it. Just
I
cut
wanna
that
go
out,
first.
Cameron.
I'm very scared for you to use that bag of devouring.
I'm going first.
This is. You know what? Fine. Actually, wait, no. That would be a terrible idea, seeing as you have fire in your hand that may let them know that we're coming to them.
Ah, well, I don't see any other way of getting us to see.
How about you stay a little bit further back while I lead the way?
Seal turns into a crocodile.
I
Just
don't
just like that?
Swims through the-
wait.
swims
I
in
don't
front
think
of-
you've seen a crocodile.
Yeah, you can only turn to animals you've seen, and Seal.
How would I have
Okay,
not seen a
Seal.
crocodile?
You
It's a
are no
crocodile.
Seal. You
I
are
live
from.
in a rural fucking town.
Seal-
I could totally
No,
have seen
Seal,
a crocodile.
The area that you are from, it's okay. Where you are from, there is not the correct environment for crocodiles to live.
All right, fine.
Not trying to be nitty gritty about fucking rules here, but you can't just go. I turned into a crocodile. No, that ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Larton,
Can I turn into a
Larton,
shark?
you cannot turn into a fucking shark.
I don't.
Well,
think you
fine.
have
I turn
I don't
into.
think. I don't think you have the difficulty rating to turn into a shark.
Well, do you?
He does.
Okay. Either
Yeah.
way, I mean, you wouldn't be
God,
able to do
shark
anything
that low,
anyway. You
right?
would fucking be swimming in dirty ass sewer water. That's basically toxic to.
Yeah,
You'd be
well, I'd be a
poisoning
crocodile, so it'd be
But
fine.
you haven't seen crocodiles, so you can't turn into a fucking crocodile.
Why are you? Why? Wait. They're alligators in the sewers, not crocodiles.
God damn it,
Can I
Samin.
turn into a giant
Samin, just
lizard?
fucking put him in your bag of devouring.
Do it. Get rid of Martin.
Samin, very difficulty with great difficulty contemplates it.
All right. All right.
so,
Everyone,
question.
shut the fuck up.
So,
Who can see right now without fire?
I
You two get the
I
fuck up
believe
there.
Zephyr can as well.
Can see as
Zephyr's an
well.
elf.
Are you three? Just walk up there. I'll keep Seal right here, and we'll follow behind you.
Seal is
Seal's
gonna.
got fire, and I clank like a goddamn bell, like the bells are tolling right now.
Seal's gonna be pretty miffed about how this is going down.
Mm.
Uh,
You moron.
Don't.
He's gonna try and sneakily cast Shape Water to grab a little square of the sewer gunk
Mm.
and just kind of float it in his hand, like covertly.
Okay.
Make it. I would say that's a stealth sleight of hand.
Well,
check.
it depends. Like, is he trying to hide it from the rest of the party, or is he just hiding?
For now.
Okay, then yeah, I need you to make a stealth check. Oh, sleight of hand. Sorry.
7.
So, I mean, you try, and as you try to do what your action, you see Samin just completely side eye you, seeing all of it.
I splash it on Samin. And then in Goblin I say, idiot.
Roll to hit.
It's a fucking water!
Okay,
I can
okay.
control
No,
it at
does
will!
Samin, do you allow yourself to get hit?
There can't be that much room to
There
fucking
is.
move.
Well, no, and then Sabine should probably do a dexterity saving throw.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, this
well,
whole thing is this whole
Samin's
thing.
dodging a way out
Okay,
of this.
well then, yeah, then it'd be a dexterity throw.
God fucking. It's a natural one.
Yeah.
Sweet!
In fact, as you turn to look at him and you say, "Now, hold," before you open your mouth to just say something to him, but as you do, the splash of murky shit and piss water splashes onto your face, and you feel quite a bit.
No, I go on the clothes, not the face.
Okay, the clothes? Okay, so it just splashes onto your clothes. Now your fresh clothing and your fresh armor that you just bought is covered in shit and piss water.
Samin will very slowly put her hands together. Inhale. Exhale. And continue down the shaft faster than before.
Okay.
And I hold Seal back.
Hello. Hello.
Wait, no, you turned into a rat, didn't you?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hold seal
Gave
back
up on
then.
that endeavor when I hadn't fucking seen a crocodile.
All right, so Samine, Theobald, and Zephyr, y'all are continuing on forward ahead of the party.
Yes.
so-
and I would like to make a stealth check to not be very loud.
Okay, I'm assuming in that case, if you're going to be stealthing Theobald and Zephyr, are you going to make stealth checks as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
It's better. It's a 14.
6.
6.
13.
14, 13, and
Six.
6. Okay. So, Samine, you're able to continue on. We're kind of crouching over and taking very light steps. You actually know kind of when to take your steps as you kind of recognize a slight pattern in the way the water's just slushing through the pathway it's made for. And you just kind of try and time your footsteps with it to help hide it better. Same thing with you, Zephyr. You try and follow Samine's lead. Theobald, as you're sneaking behind them, you take several steps, and then, without paying attention, you actually walk into some cobwebs, and you just very, very quickly just and just wave your, making sounds, trying to get it off your face before continuing on. As you get to the corner where the claws actually turn the corner, the claw markings turn the corner to follow the walls, you see the markings go on just for about another, probably about 10 feet more, and then seemingly they just stop. And with that, you really don't see any type of evidence other than that there was something down here. No claw markings, no footprints, nothing.
Fuck. Looks like we've lost the trail then. And unless you'd like to get lost in the maze of sewers, maybe we should just wait for the two to appear at night.
I say that's a solid plan.
Alright.
Nice to know we got dirty for nothing. Not that I mind.
Yes.
So you're debating. What do you want to do? I mean, I have a lot of stuff planned out. Do you want to? Are you thinking about making like any type of checks, like a perception check, or are you just thinking of something to say?
I'll look a little bit further, but if I can't find anything, I'll head back up with you guys. Just give me a moment to go alone. And I will stealthily make my way out and try and make like a perception check to see if the trail goes on somewhere.
Okay, yeah, sure. Make one more perception check for me.
Come on, Dice, don't be unlucky. That's pretty good.
What you got?
Where's my fucking sheet? Where'd it go? That's a 24.
24. So as you were all about to just give up hope and in hopes of just finding something while the coast was clear, Samine, you were insistent on continuing onward. And as you look around, you actually notice something odd. So the way the sewers are set up, it's all made with different just like stone bricks, with cement between them all. You notice that one of the bricks actually doesn't fit in like the others. It's a slightly lighter tone than all the other stone bricks, and the cement around it actually doesn't make full contact with the stone itself. Upon looking closer to it, you actually see a very, very, very light imprint of fingerprints on it, as if someone has been touching it or pushing it.
Fuck. I think I left my imp with bare
You did.
arms, so I'm gonna go. I may have found a secret entrance. I'll speak through it, and then I'm gonna press the button.
Okay.
What I presume is a
It
button.
is. When you push it, the stone slides in very far, actually. In fact, your whole forearm almost goes completely in. And when it does, you hear the stone fall, and then you hear a loud clack as you hear the wrenching of gears begin to whir to life and begin to twist and move, causing more gears to twirl with them. And with that, the brick wall in front of you actually splits apart almost directly in half and begins to open up, revealing a large single room that is very dimly lit with a single torch on the wall. In the room, there is a single desk with a chair, a bookshelf, and a small chest.
Was I close enough to Theobald and Zephyr for them to see you?
You would have only moved up about like another foot and a half or so. So yeah, they can see it. They can see the door open.
Kind of glance back to them and just go, gonna hold a finger up to her mouth, and she goes, shush, and continues on inward, just being careful of any traps.
Discreet.
Right.
Real discreet.
So when you enter the room, you actually don't really see any traps. You don't see any of the flooring look like a trap door or any kind. Nothing bends in with your feet as you walk in. There's no wires attached to the walls to trip you. It looks like just a small room. But as you do enter it, actually, you're able to see that the bookshelf looks like it's been pushed a lot. You see there's actually scrape marks on the floor to the left of it, as if someone had been moving the bookshelf actually back out of the way and back to where it is originally.
You said there was a chest in the room.
There is
as
a
well?
chest.
She's gonna open the chest but not take anything out.
Okay.
Just kind of see what's in it.
As you go to open the chest,
Uh-oh.
I need you to make a... let's see here. I need you to make a...
Charisma saving throw. Charisma saving throw. Charisma saving throw. The one thing I'm good at.
Make
The
a-
one thing I'm good at.
Why would it be a charisma
It's a
saving
good
throw?
Make a
question. I just
strength
want it to be
saving
one.
throw.
Oh, fuck. 18, let's
18.
go.
So as you go to open it, suddenly it rips open, revealing a large set of teeth as multiple eyes open on it, the top of the chest, and a large purple tongue shoots out of it, trying to wrap around you and grapple you. As it does, you manage to quickly just flex your arms outwards and roll backwards, just brute forcing your way out of it. And then it looks at you going... and you realize the thing in front of you is a mimic.
Fuck. Help.
And with that, I need everyone to make a roll for initiative.
Well, wait.
Or-
Oh, boy.
Wait.
The people in the area.
Okay.
So that would be
13.
okay. Yeah. So Theobald, Zephyr.
Like I was kind of listening, but not really. I'm
That's
sorry.
cocked. Better. It's
Nineteen.
unnatural.
So everyone,
20.
just keep that in your mind for now. I'm currently finding some place to write this down. Okay, that's that. Plus that. Okay. So 15 to 20, or I mean 20 or higher.
20.
Okay. So
20.
okay. So 15 to 20.
I had 19.
Okay. And then 15 or lower.
We're here. 13.
13? Okay. Alright. So first up is going to be Samin.
Now, do I use one of my only 2 spell slots for this? Maybe. I'm going to... Well, my imp's still with them, so that's kind of not here anymore. So I'm going to attempt to attack with... I'll have my Raven assist give me the help action. And... Yeah, I'll go ahead and try and attack with my weapon using the green flame. No, that wouldn't actually do anything. I'll just try and attack with my dagger. So... that's a 10.
10 does not hit. So as you go in to attack it, it manages to throw itself out of the way, landing on the floor beside you as it looks at you with a large, smiling, toothy grin.
Now I will cast... I'll cast spiritual weapon.
Spiritual.
Right next to it, forming the scythe that came out that was there before. And I will attempt to attack
Go
with
for
that because it can attack with it on my bonus action. 17.
17 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. Where's my D8? It's gonna be 10 points of damage.
10 points
Of bludgeoning. Oh, force damage.
So as your spiritual weapon goes to attack it, it's caught off guard, having just managed to dodge your attack. And it manages to actually get hit right on its left side. It makes a kind of grunt, like a sound, crying out in pain, but it quickly recovers as it looks over at you, licking its long purple tongue, just licking the entire body of the mimic.
Alright, that's about all I can do from
Alright,
there.
up next is Zephyr. What you doing, Zephyr?
All right. How close am I to
So
it?
currently you're about 2 feet away from the actual door, and then it's in the very far back in the room. The room's about 10 feet wide. It's about a 10 feet square. So you are currently about 12 feet away from it, and it's not in your point of view yet. But you do hear the combat going on. You do hear the combat.
Okay. Can I move to where I can see it, but I don't want to get too close to
Yeah,
it?
yeah. You can just move in and stand behind Samin. That way you can see it.
Okay. I'm going to use Ray of Frost at
Okay.
it.
Roll to hit.
Does an 11 hit?
11 barely misses. So as you go to cast your Ray of Frost, you see, the actual ray of the frost itself, the magic going outwards, and the mimic looks at the actual magic and just blows it away, and then licks itself, and now focuses on you.
Oh dear.
Wait, did Samin told me and Seal?
There's a secret door. I'm gonna open it, and I press the button, and you haven't heard anything since.
Okay, so like when we heard that, I don't know why I didn't say it. We started making our way there, so probably like in 2 rounds.
In about
or 2 or 3
about
rounds
maybe
we get
2 or
there.
3 rounds, I'll have y'all roll initiative.
Gotcha.
All right, so if that ends your turn, Zephyr, then up next would be Theobald. Theobald? That's not good. Oh, there it is.
Oh, oops, I was muted. I
Yeah.
was muted. Oops. No, man, y'all didn't hear me, I guess. All right, so anyway. So I'm assuming I'm in range to hit him.
You are
right?
currently about 12 feet away.
Okay, I'm in range. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to attack it with my, what's it called? My double-bladed scimitar.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
8, which does
It does not hit. So as you actually just run into the room, charging at it, and you swing your scimitar, it does the same type of roll that it had done to Samin, just rolling out of the way, watching as your scimitar clanks into the floor, and it looks at you and just and now this time its sights also again switch from Zephyr onto you now, Theobald.
Oh boy.
That's about all I got.
Okay, so now it is the Mimic's turn. So the mimic, like I said, it looks over at you, and then it will move forward, and it is going to go for a bite. Does a 16 hit?
16? No.
All right. So as it goes to bite down on your armor, you manage to swing your scimitar forward as its teeth clank down onto it, and you hear a loud ting echo throughout the sewers. But it doesn't even scratch your blade as it jumps backwards.
You're going to have to be quicker than that.
It says, and just jumps back. And next up is the start of the round. It's Samin.
Oh boy. I just realized that I forgot to use my advantage on that weapon attack, but whatever. Probably would have ended the same result. So I'm going to. Is it still? It's still right next to me, right?
It's only about. Let's see here. It's like maybe just a couple feet away from you, like 2 or 3 feet. It's still in attack range.
Okay. I'm gonna. Did it attack anyone?
It
Sorry,
attacked Theobald, but it didn't actually land the hit.
Okay, I'm gonna try and go. Raven has a help action, and then I'm gonna try and attack with a dagger again. Maybe this time I'll actually hit. That's a 22.
22 hits.
And let's just see if it. Nah, no crit. All right. Where's my D4? Fuck. That's min-roll damage, so that's 4 damage.
4 damage?
Slashing.
Okay, and you said, were you
piercing.
you were just using your, like a dagger? Dagger?
Dagger.
Okay. So as you
Yeah.
go to slash at it, you hit it right across actually like the top of its head. And it leaves a small little gash, but it doesn't even turn to look at you. It's like it didn't even feel it.
Alright. I'm gonna try and do the spiritual
Go
weapon
for it.
again for my bonus action. Fucking crit, baby!
Rolled for damage.
That's, you do double dice or just double the damage?
I'd say just, you know what? Roll double dice. Just whatever you roll from this point on, like, you can either double your damage or you can roll 2 dice, I don't care. But whatever you do, that's what you're gonna do from now on.
I'll just double the
Okay,
damage.
go for it then. That's, what you'll do from now on.
Fuck yeah! That's gonna be 21 points
Ooh.
of force damage.
So as you use your spiritual weapon to, it's like you said it's like a scythe, right? So
Yeah.
as it slashes across the back of the mimic, it actually this time definitely cries out in pain. Its mouth opens wide as the tongue flails, making a loud just sound, and it turns to look at you, and it's pissed. Does that end your turn? Samin?
Hello?
Samin?
Did that stupid thing again. Yes, that's all I can do.
In that case, up next is Zephyr. What you got?
I'm going to try shooting with my crossbow this time.
Alrighty, crossbow hit. Roll to hit.
I think he had the same origins as Superman, actually.
Ooh. 10 probably doesn't
It does
hit.
not. So as you shoot your crossbow at it, without even looking, its tongue just shoots forward, wraps around the arrow, and then snaps it, dropping it to the floor.
I'm not even mad. That's impressive.
And if that ends your turn, then up next is Theobald.
Alright. I'm gonna go back at it with another attack with my scimitar.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
15.
15 hits. Roll for damage.
Alright, let me check real quick. It's gonna be I'm gonna say it's a 1d. Okay, 2d4 plus 3. One moment. I didn't set up my die beforehand. 7.
7. Alright. So as you see it's distracted looking at Samin, you go in for a slash with your scimitar. And just where you see where the actual spiritual weapon had hit the mimic, and you aim for that, slashing across it well, causing it to do another in pain. And you can see it at this point, it's starting to get very, very weak. But its sights are still set on Samin for the time being due to that powerful hit.
Alright, then I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my special on my scimitar and attack it for 1d4.
Go for it.
I got 3.
Alright, and so as you do... Sorry, one moment. Let me... So as you had just slashed across it, you do one more just quick upward cut with it. And it goes right across the same cut that you had just made. And it's not super deep, but you can tell it was still enough to inflict a healthy amount of damage to the mimic.
Nice. That's about all I got.
Okay. And now up next is the Mimic. So the Mimic being very upset with Samin, it is going to go in and is going to go and try and just slam itself against you.
Yep.
And that is a... Ooh, that is a 8.
Doesn't hit.
So as it goes to slam against you, it throws itself in the air, and you easily just sidestep it, watching as it just hits the ground with a heavy thud. And it gets back up, but that will then end its turn. And back up to the and now at this point, Seal and Colgrag, go ahead and roll your initiative for me.
Mine is. Oh, let me pull that up. 16.
All right.
Alacrity came in handy. 12.
12. Okay.
Started with a roll of 3.
Oof. Okay. So you two are able to actually show up and see the fight going down, and able to get yourselves prepared. But it's still at the top of the round, which means Samin, you are up.
Yay! So I'm gonna attack with my spiritual weapon first, just to see. I get another crit, yay! Hopefully. Uh-oh. It's not a crit. It's not a hit either. It's a 1.
Ooh, let me.
That is a crit.
That is a crit.
It's a crit fail.
Okay, so let me just pull up my handy dandy little D100 here. Okay, let's see. That's going
Maybe
to
I
be.
shouldn't have gone with the spiritual weapon first.
That is a 49. Okay. What? Okay. Don't know how we're gonna do this. So you're going in for a hit with your dagger?
No, it's with my
your
spiritual weapon.
How the fuck? You know what? I'm gonna re-roll that.
Just do a different one if it doesn't make sense.
Like that does not make any.
Oh, was it like drop his weapon?
It
or
said he
something
would
like that?
break his hand
That would make sense.
if it hit him, but you know what? This works. I need you to roll the damage for it, but double it.
Oh boy.
So a
15.
reverse crit.
15. So as it goes to attack the mimic sees it and manages to roll out of the way, and you're unable to stop it as it slams into you, dealing however many points of damage that was just now.
Man, this means really a tank at this point, taking so much damage.
And
Man, it's almost like
Maybe
Samin should
let
be
someone else go in the
in
front.
front
as it
every
watches
time.
you get
Well, one
hit
of
by
us
your
is
as it
stealthy
watches
and one of us is an
as it
idiot.
watches you get hit
She's a
by your only
strong,
attack,
independent woman.
as it watches you get hit by your own attack, it just looks at you and goes.
I'm gonna try and attack it with my dagger.
Go for it.
With advantage with my raven. Come on. It's an 8.
8 does not.
Come on. That's better.
Oh,
Well,
okay, that's right.
just a
Advantage.
roll.
16 hits. Roll for damage.
Yay! I get to use my weak fucking weapon. Where's me? There it is. Hey, 7 points of
7.
piercing.
So as you look at it laughing, you take that as a moment to slash at it, going right across its eyes. You hear it just kind of cry out in pain, and you can tell it's very, very bloody. It's about to die at any moment now. Alright, that end your turn? So, okay.
Yes.
So up next, Bear Arms.
How far away am I?
At this point, y'all had just finally walked up to the actual door itself. So you're probably at most about, probably about 7 feet away. There are a lot of people in there. It's getting very crowded, but you'll still be able to fit. Just barely.
Can I get?
Yeah,
to
you'll be able to get in there. Just very, very, very.
All right. So let me see what I can do here. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna stand right next to Samin, who is in melee range, right?
Correct.
Of the thing, and all right. And now I'm gonna hit it with. Oh shit! You didn't give me my stack block for my
Yeah,
new
yeah,
sword.
just
so I
roll
guess I'm
your
gonna
normal
hit it
sword
with
for now.
my fucking greatsword.
I'll probably get that stat block to you like tomorrow.
Does a 15
15
hit?
hits.
Ah, perfect. So let's.
And what's your bonus damage you added on, by the way, to your weapon, to your actual hit?
My actual hit's a +3.
Oh, in that case, don't even roll for damage. You're gonna kill it. How do you want?
Oh, yeah. No, I rolled damage.
Yeah,
for
how
9.
do you want to kill it?
I just can I chop it
Go
in
for
half?
it. So as you
Can I do like oh no wait can I all right here's all. So I'm gonna like run around the corner, come skidding to a stop on my heels, and just run at it, just clink 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 clink, clink. Like and just like fucking just slam down with my sword almost pyramid head style and just cut it right in fucking
So as you do that, it easily slices directly through the mimic, cutting all the way through as it slams into the ground, actually cracking the floor beneath it. And you hear it make one final, and it slowly dies.
Ah, luckily I was there to finish up that mess.
And with that, combat is over.
This may cost up a bit of blood. Disenchants the spiritual weapon.
All right.
dealt more damage to yourself then.
I did like 23 on that one crit.
No, I was gonna say than it did to you.
True.
All right. So yeah, the mimic is now dead on the floor, and you're all now either right in the room or right outside the room.
So maybe we'll kind of sit down for a second, take a moment to rest, and just kind of point our head over to the bookshelf and goes, "Bear arms.
Oi.
The bookshelf looks like it can be moved, and it's been moved. If you're ready, can you try and move it?"
You mean something I actually have like super good advantage on because
Yeah,
of
I'm
my
not even gonna
race?
make you roll for it. You can just move it if you go for it.
All right, I just drag it out the way.
All right. So as you just grab it and you just easily just pull it out of the way, you see a door behind the bookshelf. It's just a normal wooden door. You don't see any type of like heavy locks on it. It looks like just a normal wooden door.
I knock on it.
There was no response.
Well, no one told him. Time to leave.
Seal, would you mind healing me up a little bit?
I throw a card at Samin, and it will heal for 10.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Thank you.
I say we set up camp inside there, so we don't think there are any locks on that door. We set up camp inside and we ambush them.
Depends on what's inside that door. Is the door locked? Sorry.
You don't know. Go try it.
No one checked. I just knocked on it.
All right,
mean-
let's head inside.
I try to open the door.
It opens.
Oh boy.
It opens.
Whenever it opens, you
All
look
right.
inside and you actually see a very familiar sight. It is a very large room with a staircase leading down
Shit.
to a lower area. And down in the lower area is like basically just a large circular open room. And when you look down there, you see a well, just like the one that was at the Redwater Ruins, with a shining blue light emanating from it, but no black liquid.
Ooh, we need to
Shit.
report this to the king. Samin, you think you could
Yes.
get that bird to fly and send a message?
I could try. I don't know how well the king would do to having a raven fly into his palace, but
Well,
He hired us. You should know.
Wait, it's a spirit. It's a spirit bird. Never mind.
well,
I
I
was
don't know
gonna
which one I'm talking about.
Well, no, because is your bird like an actual bird?
My bird's an actual bird, yes, but the imp is currently transformed into a raven, and that's the one I can speak through.
Well, I was gonna say you can, because you can still communicate to your other bird. Have it come down here. We can give it a note.
Well, no, I have both birds on me now because you had the other one with you.
Oh, okay, I got you. But we could tie a note to its foot.
Jesus
or something.
fuck! So either send a bird or Seal will walk down there and fuck itself.
Okay, I need to
Sure.
ask, who is currently in the back? Like, who's the farthest member out that still has? Okay, you're in the back.
It would be Seal.
I never entered the
Okay.
room. I just threw a card.
Would you say that you were focused on all of this just conversation going on, not listening to what's going on?
Mostly.
Okay, with that being the case then, as you're all speaking, Seal, you feel a sharp knife slightly push against the back of your neck, and you hear a voice speak from behind you saying, "I don't know who you people are, or what the hell this room is, but how did you get down here?"
It's a
Where did
long
you find it?
story.
What the hell is this room?
I don't know.
Do we all notice this taking place right now?
So currently I wouldn't say you and Bear Arms are, because you're currently trying to figure that out.
I think I was kind of in like the middle of the section because I never stood up.
I mean, I was
Well, keep
chatting
in mind,
with them too,
this
saying like,
the Seal is currently outside of the room. He's not in there with
Okay.
you.
Right, yeah.
So unless any of y'all were like right next to Seal,
Fuck.
y'all probably don't see this.
no.
The old
Well,
man's on his
where's
own.
Zephyr?
Where's Zephyr actually?
I
Well,
was.
Zephyr was in the room fighting the mimic.
I was like, I think behind Sameen.
Okay.
Because I moved
Oh,
up.
okay.
to
In that
this room
case,
and
if you
then
haven't
attack.
moved from that position, then you'd only be like a foot away from where Seal is, only like a foot or two away.
Okay.
So,
Seals. It's sewers. I like sewers.
right. Listen, you're gonna keep your damn mouth shut, and you're gonna slowly back out of this room. If you don't, you're gonna get a knife directly into the back of that old skull. You hear me, geezer?
How fast is a bonus action?
That's a great question. How fast is a bonus action? What are you trying to do, actually?
Misty step.
I would say... This is a tricky situation. There's a couple different ways we can go about doing this. I'd say the easiest way you can do this is just roll a d20 and add your dex. Do that for me.
Okay. That is a 17.
17. Okay, in that case, whatever you're trying to do, go ahead and perform it.
Seal is suddenly going to disappear from this guy's grasp, and reappear about 10 feet into the room, turn around and shout, "Ooga booga! I mean, guys, there's a guy here! There's a guy here!"
Well, who the hell are you?
The man looks at you, and actually, as you turn to look at him, you see he is a human man wearing just dark clothing, like a very just a black shirt, black pants, darker boots, and a cloak over his face to hide his face. And there's actually a bandana over his mouth and his nose. All you can see is his eyes and his pale white skin. He's still holding the dagger up in the air where Seal's head would have been, but seeing that it's worthless, he lowers the blade very slowly, and then looks at everyone, and then turns and begins to try to run.
Get him! Can I? Do I need to do anything to see
What's
if I can
your
catch
movement
him?
speed?
Would that
What's
be
your movement?
athletics?
I wanted to say, can I try and cast Charm
Oh
Person?
yeah, I mean if you want to do that, you can try and cast Charm Person.
Okay, so that is, I believe, a Wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw.
saving
on
throw?
him. I think so. Yes.
Ooh. Does a 3 pass?
I don't know, Cameron, does it?
All right. So as you cast Charm Person,
No, it does not.
as you see him begin to try and run, you cast Charm Person quickly. He stops for a moment as the spell quickly takes root in his mind, and then he turns to look at you, recognizing you now as a friend, but as the others, not recognizing them as a friend, only you.
Samim will stand up slowly, approach him, and go, "Who are you?"
My name is Icon. I'm a thief. I work for I can't say his name. He'll have me killed.
Tell me his name.
We're all friends
You better
here.
tell him
I
his,
work-
How about this?
his name
Let's play-
will kill you.
Is his name Regal Clanbrew?
No.
Does it rhyme with Schmade and Schmooky?
He goes by a bunch of different names here. He's the only name I know him by is Alabaster.
I'm assuming Samin does not know that name.
No. But if any of y'all want to make a history check, you can do that for me, and you can get some info on
I
that.
thought we
try.
heard that name. I thought we heard that name
Yeah,
before.
I feel like we have.
I'll try.
I just can't remember where.
That's why we need to make a history check.
Yeah, if you make a history check and it's good enough,
Alright.
I'll tell you. At least what your character would know.
6.
Nope.
6,
Seven.
7,
10.
10, 9. I see Zephyr rolled a 19.
Shit, I got
Yeah,
19.
see that.
Hell
All right.
yeah, there
So
we go.
as all of you are trying
I
to,
don't have great
as,
intelligence. I'm
as all of you are
surprised.
trying to think of what he's talking
I'm
about,
trained in
Zephyr,
history,
you
too.
actually remember Donakai talking, or not Donakai. You actually remember here. Actually, no, it was Donakai. You remember Donakai talking
It
about
was.
the head of the underground, the head of the criminal underground, talking about this man who actually goes by many different names. And whenever he brings up Alabaster, you actually remember Donakai bringing up different names and how that actually might be one of the names he goes by. So it's safe to assume that he's actually a thief that works for Alabaster.
Any of you know who that is?
Do
So-
I
Yeah,
relay
yeah. I
this
mean,
to
that's up to you. If
everybody?
you want to tell him, you can.
Okay, yeah. I relay this to everybody.
Yeah. So
I'll say I don't know, but I think we should go.
So Zephyr just quickly tells you about the head of the underground, the head of the criminal underground in Pathstowe, Alabaster.
Let's not get too hasty there, Bare Arms.
I'll
Why are you here? In
This
the
is
sewers?
just Alabaster. He has trade routes, you know. He can't do business up in the actual city. He can't risk getting caught like that. Though I'm sure he could kill that bastard king if he wanted to, but he likes to keep it safe, play it safe, you know. Why risk assets and resources? So he always sends me down here to just check out the routes, make sure nothing fishy's going on. I saw you down here, and I had to check what was going on.
Do you know anything about this room? At all? Anything about it?
He turns to look at it all, and he just shakes his head and goes, "Can't say I do. I didn't even know that thing was down here. I'm down here probably 3-4 times a day, and I've never even seen this room."
Have you seen anyone suspicious? Unlike not any of your conspirators per se, but anyone else suspicious down here near this area?
He thinks for a moment and goes, "I haven't seen anything, but I think I've heard a couple of voices every now and then. I've told Alabaster about it, but he insists that nothing's going on. It's fine. So I never really make
Do you
note of it.
remember anything of what the voices said?
I remember them saying something about big plans coming and big changes about to be made, and they talked about the other cities in the kingdom, about Seameat and Aenor and Pathstowe. I listened to the whole thing. I couldn't move. I had to just sit there and listen so that way I didn't alert them. They talked about some monster in Seameat, and I think they're talking about some goblins in Aenor, and they mentioned Ferret too, and they mentioned some guy. I've never heard of him before, at least not in here, and his name was what was it? It was Beregal Clan Brew. That's it. They talked about him, and they mentioned him a couple of times, but I didn't really know what they wanted to do with him.
Do you remember what they said specifically about him?
They mentioned, let's see, they talked about him being, I think, a criminal down in Ferrith. A big criminal, some big name guy down there. And they talked about how he went missing a couple of years ago. Maybe they talked about some incident he had ran into. And after that, he just skipped town. He ditched it. And there's rumors that he's still around the village, but no one's ever really been able to confirm anything.
So anything else you know that's been going on in this town that any of the upper class might not want to know?
Nothing that's out of the ordinary for Alabaster. Or at least he's got some big plans coming. He knows he knows what the kingdom is like right now with the rebellion and the rioting. He's using that to his advantage. He's been stretching his range out, his reach, trying to expand it, make more money, get more people to work for him, more underlings like me. And there's even been some rumors thrown around between me and the other thieves. It sounds like Alabaster's making a big move soon. Sounds like he knows that the king is just distressed and distracted right now. It sounds like he actually might try and take out the king soon.
The good old Tango.
The
What
good
is
old
this
bingo
alabaster
bango
like?
bongo.
What, Theobald?
Do you know anything about? Go ahead, Theobald.
I just asked, what is this alabaster like as a person? Like what's his?
Like what he looks like, or like what he acts like?
Any
information.
any information,
Okay.
his mannerism, his mannerism, his appearance.
He looks around like almost nervously and goes, I shouldn't be talking about this, but I don't really know what he looks like. He always keeps his distance just enough for me that I can't see him. I heard some rumors about what he could be. Some people say he's... It's just broad rumors. It's so far-fetched. Some people say he's a human. Some say he's an elf. Some say tiefling. I've even heard some rumors of him being a half-orc. I really... No one...
I bet he's a gnome.
A gnome.
I bet he's in.
But how he acts, he's about as cold as you can get. You know, I've been around. I've been on these streets. I've been a thief my whole life, and I've done some bad things that I almost regret. But he makes it seem like a cakewalk. He doesn't second guess anything he does. There's even some rumor floating around between me and the other thieves that one thief just tried to steal just a single copper from him, just one copper, and he hasn't been seen since.
You know what that means?
Interesting.
All right, thank you.
Heist time.
Now, just me slowly stands up from the floor, just kind of
Heist.
steps up to him, and goes, "If you tell anything of what you've just said, or that you've met any of us down here," and she draws the dagger, "you will be flayed out like a fish on the streets in the morning."
I walk up.
He nods.
I walk up to him with the silver tube and say, "Hey, can you look at this for a second?" And it flags. I'm kidding.
He nods his head and goes, all right, hey, I understand. I won't tell anything, not even Alabaster. I swear to you, I won't.
Good.
Seal is repeatedly repeating the phrase "heist time" until someone acknowledges him.
Scurry on now, and don't speak.
With that, he turns his head, sheathes his dagger, and takes off. In almost just a couple of seconds, he's out of view. He's very quick.
Samin sheaths the dagger, glances back at the other party members, and just kind of sighs.
Time.
Seal, would you be quiet for a moment?
It's heist time.
I do not
It's
think we
not.
should pull a heist on the king of the underworld. That sounds like a very
No.
bad idea.
Hear me out. In out. Heist.
And where would this heist be taking place? That's
Sorry,
exactly what
I
thought.
didn't hear what you said. If you asked me something. Okay.
No. I was talking to Seal. Now,
Heist.
Okay.
Samin will stop
Yeah.
talking to Seal
So-
and go examine the cauldron
the
or
well?
whatever.
Heist.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you make your way down there, you can see where things would have been. Like, you see different desks and bookshelves, but they're all completely empty. There's whatever trace of evidence that there was someone down here, it's completely gone. And as...
Was there anything in that mimic, like when
no.
it died?
Yeah, we didn't
No,
check.
just from whenever you split it open, you saw nothing but just random pieces of junk fall out.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have split it open.
Nah.
Yeah, and as you actually move toward the well, is there anything that you want to do with it? Any type of check you want to make, or you're just going to look at it?
Well, you said it was empty, right? Or how deep does this
So
well
the
go?
well, when you look down it, it's strange because it looks like normal water, but it's extremely bright and it's glowing this bright blue hue. And as you actually look down the well, it goes so far down that it actually goes pitch black, and you actually can't even see the bottom of the well. It definitely doesn't seem right. It definitely seems almost like magical in some way.
Can I try and
uh,
empty out another
Seals?
flask of oil and fill it up with the liquid, trying not to get any on me?
Go for it. Nah, that's completely fine.
Why are you not
And-
trying to get any on you exactly?
I don't know. Now after doing that,
Seal is going to walk over to the well.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Seal is
Salim's gonna
going to
glance
use
over at Seal.
shape water.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna walk up behind Seal, put my hand on his shoulder, and go, "Don't do it. I swear to Christ."
And he's going to touch it first with a finger.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Shit.
Yeah.
I didn't
He's good at
expect
that.
this.
Did you
Mhm.
pay attention last time?
So whenever you touch it, you feel this rush of just arcane energy flow through you instantly. And you feel this burning sensation, but it's not bad. It's almost pleasant. It's almost like just a warm feeling beginning to surge through your body. Very different than bear arms. And as you do so, you see several images flash in your mind.
Uh-oh.
One of which, you see 3 images actually. One image you see is of the throne room in the castle. And as you're looking at it, you see blood actually going from the front of the actual throne itself, and it curls around to the back of the throne, and you just see a limp arm on the floor behind the throne, but you can't tell what the body is. The second image that flashes is you see the half-elf that you have not seen actually in quite some time, Donakai. You actually see him standing in a dark alleyway looking ahead with glowing gold eyes. And the last image you see is actually of your party member, Bear Arms. And you see him standing in a tavern room, or in like a room in a presumably an inn. And his eyes are solid black, and he has this purple and black markings all over his body, and his left hand is just covered in blood. As the images begin to fade, you hear a single soft voice say to you, "Seek out the Church of Aurora."
What now? I didn't. It's Anthony dropped something.
It says,
What the fuck?
"Seek out the
Sorry.
Church of Aurora," and then the voice fades.
I thought we already found that.
Seal, what happened?
Oh, man. That's
Just so
some of
you're
that
aware,
good shit.
Bear Arms, you haven't found the actual Church of Aurora yet. You know it's in Pasto, and Samine found it in her readings. You just haven't been to the actual church.
Oh,
yet.
okay. I don't know why. I thought Redwater Ruins or whatever was
No.
the church originally. Okay, never mind.
All right. First off, buddy, warlock, buddy. It's me,
Yes.
buddy. Give me flask.
Which one?
Any.
She hands him an oil flask.
I dump it out and I fucking scoop up some of this water and throw
So
it in
now
my
we
bag.
have 2 flasks.
All right.
For
No.
later.
We got one
You.
full of the water and one full of the goo. Now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, no, I already gave the goo one away.
So-
I filled
so-
another one up
oh,
with the water.
So, a couple things. Seal it. So, a couple things. Number 1. The throne. Blood everywhere. Some guy's arm. All kind of bit fucky. Something's gonna go down. Probably something bad. Fucking blood everywhere. Number 2. Donakai, the half-elf fellow. Definitely should investigate him. He had yellow eyes. That's all I saw in that one. Also in an alleyway, but he seems like that kind of guy. Number 3. Bear Arms, buddy. We're all your friends. We're all friends here.
Uh-oh.
Are you afraid of something?
Sabine plunges a hand into
You're a
the liquid.
little fuck.
You put your hand in the liquid as well? Alright, also
Yes.
make me a wisdom
Oh,
saving throw.
trust me, I've known that one for a while.
Yeah, no, like a cult, like
17.
like.
So you see also
No,
you also
trust
see
me.
3
I
different
know.
images, though they are different than the ones that Seal is speaking of. One image you see is a very dark silhouette of a tall being. You can't quite make out what race it is, but if you had to take a guess, it looks like a tiefling. You see you see a pair of long pointed ears, but also a single long horn poking from the forehead. The figure has glowing red eyes, but that's all you can make out of it. The second image to appear is also in the castle, just like Seal had spoken of. But this time, instead of seeing a throne with blood, you see the same prime advisor that you have been weary of this whole time. And you see him holding the vial of black goo, just smiling as he stares at it. Finally, the last image you see is of a woman, a human-looking woman, with long blue, very light blue hair. Her eyes are solid blue, and she's wearing very almost angelic robe-like clothing. And as you look at her, at first it's a still image, but then suddenly her head turns to look at you, and she says one phrase: "You must hurry. You can't let him take control." And then the images fade from your mind as well.
And finally, there was a church. Oh, wait, no, not a church. I had a voice that said to find the Church of Adrora.
Now, what do you
Probably
see,
a good thing to
Samin?
do, because you're a bit fucked.
Samin,
We'll take a moment.
What the fuck? Why'd you lick it?
I guess we're all taking
Oh,
a
it's
chance.
gross.
I don't know. We saw something different. You said you saw the throne. Yes. I saw it as well, but instead of the king, or whatever dead body was behind it, I saw the advisor with the black goo. And
What does arms look like?
like arms?
Could be anyone then.
But I don't like what he may be planning.
Alright,
feel like
Elaborate.
I've made
Let's
a
not play the
mistake.
let's not play the fucking guess what you mean game here.
I
I gave my
while we're
story.
talking,
You're not just gonna say, "Oh, he looks weird."
I touched the water camera.
Alright, make me a wisdom
boy.
saving throw.
Is he gonna fail this one too?
Oh god, I got a 9.
Oh boy.
So as you
Walker.
touch it, you feel the same warm sensation that Samin and Seal both felt, but your body reacts differently. As you touch it, you
it's almost like lore-wise, this
the
makes sense.
veins all throughout your body begin to pulse out and can almost be seen across your entire body as they just pulsate this dark purple hue with occasionally glowing black as well. The burning sensation gets worse and worse as your whole body begins to feel like it's on fire, as if you're standing in magma. You hear the voice in your head, the same voice that had been speaking to you, just saying, "No, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it," and it gets louder and louder to the point that your ears begin to ring. And then you fall to the floor. You're not unconscious, but you feel just very, very weak.
Korak, are you okay? Everyone get back.
I sit up, leaning back against the well. Well, seems like my secret's been spilt already. And I look at the party. It's all back at Redwater Ruins. When that thing exploded, reached out, attacked us.
The Grindy Goop.
Yeah, Grindy Goop, exactly. It did something. Left me with visions. The first one I saw was quite disturbing. I was sitting in a field, surrounded by guts, gore, and viscera. Dead bodies everywhere, covered probably head to toe in blood. But it was not me. I was not the one who was there. Not my body, it was someone else's. But they said something. Like this was the future that was coming. The future that was planned. And then I heard them later. And they said that they're very pleased to have chose me. And I believe just touching that liquid proved that something is very wrong.
One thing I'd like to point out is as you sit up and look back up at the party, everyone notices immediately that Bear Arm's left arm looks different. The veins on near his hand are still able to be seen. They still have that slight purple hue to them and the black glow. And as you look at his hand, it almost looks like it's necrotic almost. The skin is slightly wrinkled and stretched. The fingers look slightly more bony, and the fingernails almost look like they started to shape into a type of claw.
We need to cut off your hand!
No! Wait.
Bro, look at it!
I think this is something more.
It's
Beyond
not.
our reach.
It's not that simple. Cutting my hand off would probably just make it worse.
This reaction happened whenever you touched the goo, right? Or the water.
I don't think the water did it. I think what's inside me did it as a reaction to the water.
And if...
Not good.
What god did you say this was, Seal? The name?
Huh?
The religion? The church?
A drawer.
From the Book of the Gods, like Simi's gonna take it out and start flipping through it. Is
likes
the
life.
drawer in
Yeah,
there?
Yeah,
she's
the one
the
that
rival goddess
brought
of.
us-
She is the
Afterlife.
opposite of.
She's the rival goddess of
Anubros.
Anubros.
Would the woman I saw in my visions bear any resemblance to what, like a visage of?
Yes,
her would
actually,
be?
you see a very, very crudely drawn image of a woman on the actual page talking about Adrora, and it almost perfectly resembles the actual vision that you had seen. The pale white lady with the blue hair and blue eyes and the angelic robes. It's almost an exact match of what you had seen.
Is there a church? Is there a church of Adrora somewhere in the city, or is it somewhere else? Do we know?
She has several churches throughout the kingdom. Couldn't
Does
point to
anybody,
any.
Might want to find one.
does anybody have any
Right
loose
now.
cloths that I can drape around my neck?
I have some. Here, let me just grab it from my bag. She's gonna take the common clothes she has. She's usually just been wearing is her traveler, kind of darker, more built for stealth traveling clothing. She's gonna take out her common clothing from her bag and just kind of rip off like her shirt and stuff and kind of rip it up into like a bandage or sleeve or something for his arm.
Well, I just need like a sling just to cover it.
She'll do that.
So as this is happening, Bear Arms, you hear one more thing. Except this isn't that same voice. In fact, it's a message. And it is you hear the voice of the Prime Advisor from the castle. And you hear him say, Bear Arms, listen, if you can hear me, I need you and your party to report up now. There's something going on with the other Goliath, and I need you to put a stop to it now.
I hold my head, the voice literally ringing through my brain, causing quite some pain. I look up to the party.
The advisor. He needs us. I don't know.
How do you know?
He contacted me some way. I don't know.
Probably through
Stars.
message spell or something similar, maybe.
Something speak. But he said we need to go. He said Gabriel's gone crazy or something.
At this, I don't even know how I read it. Like you could like something hits me when I hear that. Just
No, like your whole body kind of just tenses up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not really noticeably, but a little noticeably. I lift myself up to my feet. I put my shield away because my shield arm is I feel like my arm isn't like messed up. Like
No,
I could
it's
probably
still
use my arm
completely
still,
usable.
right?
It's starting to look
Yeah.
very misshapen.
Okay. And is it getting worse over time, or did it like do that and just kind of stop?
You really can't tell if it was getting like that as the days were progressing, but if you had to take a guess, it probably was starting over time, but that really advanced it. It
Sped it
really sped it up.
Okay. Okay. I get up and I get up and go, all right, team, let's head out. See what the
As
hell's
much as I
going on.
don't trust that advisor, if something's going on with the other Goliath,
Well,
if he's anything like you, he maybe do some damage.
I
So
think,
it's best to stop him right now.
as I said, he's a bit easier to get over than I am.
You're fucked.
Right. So,
I mean, yeah. Let's go stop him.
So, as everyone begins to get up and get themselves regain their composure and make their way back out of the room and out to the sewers, you can't help but wonder just how bad the situation is going to get with Bear Arms and the strange occurrences going on, as well as what could just be happening up above the sewers with Gabriel and his group. And it is with that we will end the session.
Damn, it's fucking interesting.
That's a good.